Hello again. So we are into January's batch cooking part 2. So all I've done in the break, because I've quickly uploaded the part 1 to YouTube, and in the time that that's been loading up, I put all my mince into the recipes that are going to go in. I haven't done anything with it, I've just separated the mince out. These are the meatballs that Winter made before, so we're going to make them into stuffed meatballs. I'm just going to go and grab the last bit that she left. So stuffed meatballs are nice and easy. Meatball, thumb in, cheese, wrap the meat around it. Just made these a little bit too small. And then that's that. All done. That's how easy that is. Meatball, cheese, roll it. So as we mentioned before, there's actually nothing in these meatballs apart from sausage meat and mince. This is the same thing that you can do for stuffed burgers. So if you go and get my recipe book, which will be out in a few months' time, I'm kind of making a freezer one. I'll do a slow cooker one. I'll probably do a desserts one because I've got loads of dessert recipes. So when that becomes available, if you go and get that, as I mentioned before, you'll not see salt in most of my recipes. You'll not see pepper in most of my recipes. And these are cheap and easy things to do. They're so simple. There's nothing added. It's just, they're nice. They're nice. Simple. So I'm hoping to get about 10 meatballs out of this. I used this 500 grams of mince and 150 grams of sausage meat. And the sausage meat's kind of salty anyway, so you don't need to add salt to these. And because I use the Red Leicester cheese, that's full of flavour too, so it does pack a punch. They're not just boring, no taste meatballs. So it's nice and easy to do. Nice and cheap as well. So I know for a fact I'm going to have too many cubes of cheese left. They will just go into a bag and be used for pack lunches for winter, because Bear is lactose intolerant, so he couldn't have them anyway. I am just kind of sticking these on my bench. I did obviously clean my benches before I started filming. Most people will add eggs and maybe a bit of flour to the meatball mixtures, but I don't, because I see it as an expense that you don't actually need. And all it does is hold your meatballs a bit more together. I don't need that. I don't. It's a case of, I know what I'm doing, generally. I try to. And if the meatballs split, so I don't know if you've ever cooked meatballs without your binders, I suppose. Sometimes they will split, but to me that doesn't matter. They all go down the same way. It doesn't matter how it looks. As long as it doesn't look unappealing, it's fine. So I generally try and get my meatballs about the same size, so you see that? I know obviously you don't know how big my hands are, so you're just going to have to guesstimate. I love that word, guesstimate. I do that with most of my recipes unless I'm baking. Obviously you've seen in part 1 that Winter's been making cupcakes. They are now bagged into little snack Ziploc bags, and they're in 2 apiece, and we just use them for packed lunches, maybe as a snack after school. They're just kind of, maybe it's about an inch round, maybe it's not even that. But I'll probably show you if I get time during this. So we are almost finished. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So I've made more than I expected, so that is absolutely fine. I'll put a lunch together for my husband so that he can just grab that while I'm at work, and you can have a hot meal at lunchtime. Family life quite often means like we don't get hot meals at lunchtime. It's either a sandwich or my husband will make a little bit of pasta. He likes macaroni cheese, which is something I just won't eat. I can't eat. Love cheese, I love pasta. Can't put the 2 together unless it's in like lasagna or something like that. I'm strange, I know. But it's fine. We're just a picky bunch, I guess. So I'll start transferring these to here. So with these, I'll freeze them as they are, but I'll freeze them on a tray, so that they don't stick together while they freeze. Just makes my life easier. And then I can freeze them in a bag, pull out as many as I need for a meal, and job's a good one. So with these, I just kind of serve them with a bolognese sauce. I don't make my own bolognese sauce simply because I found one that I like. Well, sorry, I found 2 that I like. And I can't make it the way I like it. Does that make sense? Drop a comment. You ever found something that you've tried always to make, but it's just never quite right? It's not how you like it. I'm one of those people. So give me a second to wash my hands. So did I show you in the last video, I can't remember actually, that I'd started cooking the sausage meat for burritos? I don't remember if I did show you. But I'd started frying it and it just didn't look like it was cooking. So I quickly stuck it in the oven and I've slightly burnt the top. So I've just quickly crumbled that up. I'm going to put my eggs on a scramble. And I think, yeah, that's cool. So I'll put the cheese in, add the eggs when they're cooled, and we'll be back in just a second. So, chili. We'll jump over to the chili. So I'm going to make 2 individual bags. Obviously I've written on them to say that they're chili. Don't forget to do that because I do bolognese, I do the chili, I do taco, mince, and sometimes they can just all kind of look the same or start looking the same. So make sure to label them. If you're using the Ziploc bags, then obviously use a permanent marker. Not what I did the first time I ever batch cooked. I used a whiteboard pen. Yeah. Batch cooking fail. Batch cooking fail. What I did, I used a whiteboard pen and I've got no idea what on earth I was taking out of the freezer. So for this, sorry, I'm using a 500-gram packet of soda as a base for the chili. I've got kidney beans soaking behind me, so I'll drain those in just a second. So the 500-gram box, sorry, will do the 2 meals. Because my husband doesn't like a wet chili. Does that make sense? Wet chili. So he doesn't like too much sauce. So basically I'll just mush that up. I love Ziploc bags because you can just mix it and not have to get any utensils dirty. So it saves on the washing. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. So this chili is nice and simple. It's passata, kidney beans, obviously a mince or whatever meat you're using. Teaspoon of chili powder in each. Red peppers. And done. Oh no. I knew I had chili powder somewhere. So I realised, was it yesterday, that I only had the hot chili left. And we don't use the hot chili, so I don't even know why I bought it. So we quickly had to go out and get some mild chili powder. And have done with that. So there we go. Quickly grab the red peppers. The red peppers I quickly chopped yesterday. Just as a little bit of meal prep. I did this yesterday. And I just put a little handful in each. I mean more of kind of a double pinch rather than a little handful. Because my husband isn't big on veg. I keep a bag of mixed veg in the freezer just so I know that I've got it, and then if I want mixed veg on the side of my meals, then it's there. So what I'll do is I'll quickly zip this, push a bit of the air out, mix that all together. Obviously the chili powder was sat on top, so I'll mix it all through. And then I'll just go in the freezer like that. I don't take everything to the freezer as they're ready. I do it as and when. I kind of fill a box to take to the freezer. Does that make sense? And obviously when you're using bags, you make sure that you don't leave them on grates because they will just seep through before they freeze. And I'm sure you've seen other people's videos where they've frozen a bag, it's seeped through the grates in the freezer and then frozen there. And it's nigh on impossible to get out. So that's that. Right, I'm going to jump back in 2 seconds. So I was just heating the oil up for the scrambled eggs. Now that that's nice and hot, I will put the eggs in. And because I know I need to sit with the scrambled eggs, we will do that. So in these scrambled eggs, as I showed you earlier, it's just eggs, milk, salt and pepper. It's the only thing I generally put salt and pepper into. I haven't put a lot of salt in because, like I said before, the sausage meat is really, really salty. So I haven't put a lot of salt in the eggs because these are going in with sausage, meat and cheese for burritos. See, again, this isn't something I'd eat. I don't, I'm not much of a fan of scrambled eggs. I don't like the texture of them. But then I'm the same with omelets, so when I eat eggs, it's usually hard boiled or fried. My next attempt at scrambled eggs will be for, what are them sandwiches called that you get from McDonald's? Egg McMuffins, that's the one. So I'll be doing those in the oven because I seen Amy Marion do it the other day, and they look like they just came out perfectly, but they don't look smooshy. They don't look like the texture of scrambled eggs. So I think I'm going to give that a go for my next batch cooking session, which will be the first weekend in February. I will be posting recipes and meals between now and then, because I got a message the other day. I put up on Instagram my meal plan for the month, and I got a comment from a friend of mine saying, I wish I could stick to these. Like, I don't. Life gets in the way. So I will just quickly grab. So I've got from today, because we've been doing a bit of a freezer clear, so we did a freezer challenge. So from today we've got mince and dumplings, chili, shepherd's pie, pepperoni chicken, pulled pork, curry, fry-up, skewers, toasties, quesadillas, tortilla lasagna, teriyaki. We've got sheet pan supper, fried rice, fajita wraps, sloppy joes, stuffed meatballs, stir fry, fish and chips, roast beef, cheese steaks, bacon sandwiches, taco mince wraps, Chinese chicken, pita pizzas, and chow mein. And then at the end of the month, we've got a takeaway. So I probably won't stick to that at all. I'll either forget to take something out to defrost, like I did the last time we had tortilla lasagna, and we had it like 4 or 5 days late because I quite simply forgot to take it out to defrost. So you don't have to stick strictly to your meal plans. Eggs are nearly ready. Life does get in the way. Don't beat yourself up for that. So I don't meal plan for my eldest because at lunchtime he might be with his sensory issues, he might want a bacon sandwich for his tea, but by the time tea actually comes round, he might not be able to cope with it, so he'll ask for toast or something instead. So I don't generally meal plan for my son. I just try and make sure that I've always got things in that he'll want. I take my son shopping, so does dad, so we kind of work on that together. And we try and get him to find things. Sorry, I'm off camera. Try and get him to find things that he wants to try. Usually he does go around picking up the same sort of stuff. But we do try it. That's my husband sneaking past. Where's what?
Winner.
Upstairs. We've lost a little one. She's upstairs. She's getting dressed because we decided this morning to just do a cooking bits in lazy clothes. I like to call them lazy clothes. We'll stick with that. Oh, I've lost my sausage meat. How have I done that? Where have I put it? I've lost the sausage meat. I had it before. See what happens, guys? See what happens? It's in a glass dish. It's there. Right, it's hiding behind my husband's chili. That's because, and I'll show you, I haven't put it in my freezer basket. So, in here, I will quickly show you. When I packaged up the mini cupcakes, they look massive on screen, but they're not. They're only about 2.5, 3 centimeters, maybe an inch. And we've got the Lunchables prepped. So that's just ham and cheese, and they'll go and sit in the freezer. And they'll be pulled out the morning that they're needed, and they'll defrost by lunchtime. So that's the 2 chilies now for my husband, so he can just help himself to them. Individually portioned, nice and easy. Excuse me. So I've got the eggs ready, I've got a sausage cooled. I'm gonna have to wait for the eggs to cool or else it's gonna melt the cheese. So I've got I don't even know, it's 200 gram container, I think, of the cheese. It might not even be that actually. And I'll put half of that in for the burritos. Maybe it's a bit more than half. He had a conversation with his grandma earlier about cheese monsters, and my husband is certainly a cheese monster. So we'll put plenty of cheese in. He's mumbling in the background, I can't hear him come.
Like along with the kids.
Along with kids, yes. The kids are definitely cheese monsters. There is nothing we can do without them coming at pinched cheese. If there's cheese out on the bench, it's gone within minutes. So we're gonna let the eggs cool. We'll move on to the taco mince. So these are nice and easy as well. We're gonna put, if it wants to stand up, I do have my, where are they? There they are. Sorry, my daughter's off. Granddad's. Love yours. Yep. So my kids go for sleepovers on a Sunday to Granddad's. And I love it. They get messy and mad, and you know how grandparents are. They get away with murder in general. Not quite, not literally. But near enough. We'll have loads of fun over with Grandad on Sunday. Right, so these things are amazing. By the way, I'll link them down below. I bought them from Amazon. I think I paid about £4 for them. Maybe. I got a pack of 2, so it might be 8. So yes, I'll quickly tip this down and show you how I do my taco mince. It's so simple. It really is. And it's so cheap. So what I do is these taco mince bits will either be served in wraps, shells, or sometimes with pasta. We like them with pasta. So these, they're like 55 pence each, maybe 60 pence. Oh no, sorry, 65 pence, but when they're on sale, they're 50 pence. So I bought 2 of these because they're on sale, and I know it'll do the 2 lots. So I just use 1 pack of these between the 2 meals. Add a little bit of water, my peppers. When I come to serve them, I'll obviously put them onto the wraps or the shells. I'll do some cheese, lettuce, and just kind of fill it out with a bit of veg. Now, I said before that, my husband isn't a big fan of veg. However, he kind of is in a way. He's not, but he is. If I put a salad down in front of him, he'll scoff it, and it's gone. Nice and easy. However, grab some water. If I put like a Sunday dinner down in front of them, it's limited to what veg I can put. And I think we're kind of getting stuck into that now. And it's just kind of nightmarish. But my kids eat loads of veg. They'll eat anything you put in front of them, really, apart from sprouts. My kids won't eat sprouts. None of them like sprouts. Like, the baby is so easy. I can put anything down in front of the baby and he will eat it. Not a bother. My daughter, she likes her cauliflower and her broccoli, stuff like that. For some reason, this seems to have gotten wet. So, I'm going to put a bit of water in just to spread it out a touch. Spread it out a touch. Pepper. Chuck that in. I will show you in this one in just a second. I literally put a handful of pepper in because I know I'll put more in. So in mine I put grated carrots, I put mushrooms, lettuce, things like that. And then in my husband's he'll have the lettuce. Oh, put the sweet corn in as well. When it comes to veg, buy what you can excuse me. Buy what you can buy. You don't have to always use fresh ingredients. Some people can't afford fresh ingredients. I seen a meme or a post on Facebook saying this is what's wrong with our food systems. And it was sorry, I'll speak before I mush that up. It was a pack of chips from like a takeaway for £1. But then a bag of apples is £2. So it's like, that actually makes absolute sense. Some people can't afford organic, okay? Some people can't afford fresh. If you go to your local supermarket, you could probably find a tin of peas for about 19 to 30 pence. And that'll do you for part of one of your meals. Nice and easy. And it works all the way around. So it doesn't matter if you buy tinned, fresh, frozen or organic. Just do what you can do. Everybody's on different budgets. And not everybody can afford the same sort of stuff. So just do what you can do. Same with everything that I make here. You can do exactly the same with all different meats. Or if you're vegetarian, you do it with your meat substitutes. So I know a friend of mine used to eat tofu. Now I could never quite understand tofu because I tried a bit plain. There was obviously no flavour to it. But then she served me, I think it might have been a bolognese. Or that sort of meal. And it was actually quite nice. Quite nice. I could tell there was a meat substitute, but it was still nice. I quite enjoyed it. I wouldn't make it myself. But obviously if you're going to a friend's house for a meal and they're vegetarian, then you accept that. You accept that. I'm very, very far from being a vegetarian. And that is fine by me. It's fine by my friends. Because I don't push it on anybody. I mean, I think the only meal that I make that's anywhere near vegetarian is probably my husband's macaroni cheese. However, he usually adds something like bacon or ham, something like that. But that's my husband for you. My daughter will eat macaroni cheese all day long. And so will the baby. They're just absolute cheese monsters. I mean it. Absolute cheese monsters. The amount of cheese that I go through in my house is unbelievable. Oh, tip that I seen on Jordan Page last night or the night before. I don't remember when I was watching that video. But she was in the supermarket and she was telling people to stop buying things that have brand labels on. Now this I completely agree with. If I can use, obviously, I could probably use the old, is it Old El Paso mixes? I'd probably use them, but they're cheaper. And look, it's Asda, cheaper. And it's the same stuff. It literally is the same stuff. If you're using, I don't know, cheese, go for the store one, not the one that you think, oh, that's going to be nicer because it's more expensive. It's not. It's not. It's truly, truly not. Jordan made a comment and said that the shop and the brand name are actually probably from the same factory. And it's true. It's absolutely true. Okay, so if you go to, even down to clothes, if you go shopping for your clothes at, I don't know, Asda, it is probably the same sort of stuff that you'll buy in Marks and Spencer's, Primark, or wherever else. And look at the price differences. Look at them. Some companies obviously will just make their own and have their own factories. But a lot of companies just put a label on. It's called white labeling. So you put your own label on. And it's nice and easy. And it's cheap to make. But then people are buying the same top from, I don't know, Dorothy Perkins, costing them £13 that they're paying £3 for in Primark. I know people, I'm using these places as examples, not as be all and end all. This is fact. It's not. I'm not slating anybody that shops at these places either. I'm just saying, for budget purposes, save where you can. So all of my cheese is store brand. My meat, and my meat I get from the butcher, so that's different. My eggs I usually get in a 30 pack, because we do go through a lot of eggs. I'm so happy with how packed that is. So we do go through quite a bit of meat. Eggs, I'll get there eventually. And I buy a big 30 pack. But save where you can, save where you can. So nice and easy. Taco mince, I had to add a little bit more water to that one. So they are ready to go. So they'll just go in the freezer flat, and then when I need them, I'll pull them out in the morning, let them defrost, and I'll cook them and serve them with wraps, taco shells, and bits of veg. And we'll do it that way. So how's our eggs looking? Eggs are still a bit hot, so we're gonna still have to wait for that one for now. So I'll have a quick clear up. It looks like I'm just throwing rubbish on the floor, but I'm not. My bin's actually behind my counter. So we're just going to keep doing that one. Right, next up then, should we jump over to the